I'm happy to be back from being almost a month away. I had to go home because my dad had some health issues. That's why I was away for such a long time. But now I'm back and we're already sailing to San Blas, and I'm already feeling seasick, which is not so good. But I'm gonna be good.
You feeling better?
Not yet.
You're doing very well.
I don't get why I get seasick when we're doing passage, long trips full day, because when we do like daily sailings just hopping between islands, or even when we're anchored and the boat is rocking like hell, I don't get seasick. But then when it's like this, I just feel awful the entire time.
I know what it is.
It's just weird.
I just worked it out. It's luck.
Luck?
Yeah.
You mean out of luck?
No. You're very lucky.
I feel miserable.
Something like that. It's here to make you appreciate me more. You go, I'm feeling so sick and nauseous. Peter's not so bad. You see this joker behind me? Well, I shouldn't say joker. He might not be a joker. He might be very, very serious. So, he was about a nautical mile away to the north of us. And now he's, less than 100 metres, and he's getting closer and closer, even though I'm edging away. So let's see if this is going to end up in some friendly wave, or if he starts swearing, because I'm giving him all the space he can have, but he's getting closer and closer.
Jesus.
What?
Coming fairly close. And he's looking at us. See?
Yeah.
He's not even saying hi. He just looks like the spies. Go away from me.
Yeah, he's trying to force us in to a closer reef.
Oh, he goes and changes course. We already changed course twice. Old man.
All right, 10 minutes later, we're getting closer. I've altered course 6 degrees to allow plenty of room for him to get past, but he is not doing that. He's going to push me off my line, even though he ought to have seen my change of course. So I don't know why some sailors do this. We should be laughing and cheering and helping each other on, but instead he's trying to push me off my line, which I've changed twice. Did you take any pills? It didn't seem to work? Maybe you have to take them earlier, maybe the night before.
No, it's on the day and it's before you have your breakfast or any meal, so you have empty stomach, so it does a better effect. But hasn't done anything for me. This is just the first round. Wait for the next episode.
Well, I think you're doing really well. My little brave trooper. I just want to cuddle and kiss you. Well, maybe not the kissing part, because you'll taste like vomit! Okay, old mate is pulling away to port. I'm now upwind of him. I'm going to tweak the sails and I'm going to try and beat the bastard. Yeah, let's do it. Haha, in your face, old Swedish guy. I stole his wind and now I'm pulling out in front. There you go. Just goes to show if you tweak your sails more regularly, you can actually get a bit more performance.
After 8 hours sailing, we finally arrived to San Blas, a vast archipelago on Panama's Caribbean coast, with more than 314 islands. This magical place is home to the indigenous Guna Indians, who effectively control this part of Panama, Gunayala in Guna language. I guess it's time for sunbathe while I wait for Peter to come back.
Well, that was interesting. Apparently, kite surfing is banned in San Blas. Now, I didn't know about this, so I was happily doing my thing until this little ducky came up as I was kiting. He got my attention. He said, "Mate, you're doing this too early in the day. If you're going to go kiting, you've got to kite around 4:35 because the congressor has already gone home and he's not going to catch you." Well, I didn't know this, so I was doing it at 2 o'clock. And he said, "It's okay. See that panga over there and see that guy over there? They're waiting for you to land and they're going to confiscate your kite." And I went, "Oh shit." And he said, don't worry. All you have to do is you have to be a bit fit and you have to go kite surfing until it's dark at maximum. They're probably going to give up around 4:30, but you might have to kite till dark." And he said, "Come in at that island or this tip at dark and get your girlfriend to pick up." So, all right. So I resigned myself to going backwards and forwards, and this panga, poor Margarida, she was just sunbaking on the beach. She didn't know. So I was going backwards and forwards, and then I made out as if I was going to land on the tip of that island, and the panga went all the way up and, well, not really hid, just anchored behind there. And I quickly did a run back to Margarida, and I filled her in what was going on. I said, "Right, at dark, I'm going to be at the point of this island, or this island." So what I'd do is I'd just run one way, get the panga to follow me, and then hoon over the shallows, because he can't follow me in the shallows, and then dump the kite quickly, pack up, hopefully Margaret would see where I was, zip over, get me, and then we save the kite. Because apparently they take all your gear. They don't fine you or anything, but they take all your gear. So that was the plan, and the panga was there, but my kite had a leak, and I could see it was divoting in on the front leading lines, and I'm going, "Oh no, it's not gonna last." And I know I started at 2, and I thought, "Oh my goodness, this can only be around 3:30, possibly 4, probably 3:30. And occasionally it'd buck and the tip would fold in. I knew I wasn't going to do it. I went all the way up there. The panga was still there to lull him into thinking I was going to land there. And I came all the way back here, and then the kite went out of control just at the right time, right in front of the boat, dropped in and went on this side of the boat, so he couldn't even see, because there's a little mangrove island there, which I think was in between his view, so he couldn't see which boat. And there's a few boats over there. All right, let me show you. And it just tucked in behind the boat, and Margarida got a boat hook, shoved it up, and because we got this this cover on, it's covering all this area underneath the boom, and so we tucked it under the bean bags, and it's all sweet. And the panga, he sort of turned to this way, and he went, bugger it, and he nicked off. Well, there you go. Interesting day. Probably not the most, not exciting, most enjoyable kite because I was anxious because I thought, shivers, I'm going to lose a $2,000 rig here. But anyway, we got away with it. It's the top stuff. What's this? A brand new Tohatsu 9.8? Thanks to one of our terrific patrons, Bob. In fact, without the support of all our patrons, this vlog would have ended long ago. But particularly within the last 8 months, it was Bob's help that has tipped the balance and kept the dream alive for not only us, but many other sailing vlogs as well. His generosity knows no bounds. So top stuff, Bob, and thanks. We are painting the motor so it won't be stolen so easily. The aim of the game is to make it look old and not so pretty. Oh, I got my initials on it. And a love heart. Thank you, Margarida.
You did that for yourself.
No, I didn't. She put,
You look bad. No,
she put the love heart for eternal love and devotion. Ah, I got my full name on here. Well, not quite. It's time to go for a snorkel and see what we can get for dinner. Looks like Margarida is after crabs. She's an excellent spotter and very graceful. Yep, that's a crab all right, but I think we'll need 1,000 of those for a small lunch. We better get something bigger. Now it's time for my chaotic style, seeing how many holes I can visit in one breath. No crabs yet? Bugger. On any mission, there's always time to sightsee. This is a trumpet fish, and they really suck. I mean, they really do. Any shrimp or tiny fish close to that snout is gone in a flash. Check out that damselfish chasing it away. I guess that's a damsel not in distress. Can you spot this? It's pretty hard to see. I'll outline a couple of legs. Yep, another crab. Damn, he's moving to the back of the cave and I need a stick and quick. I have an advantage though. This crab only has one claw, so all I need is one stick to distract it. What do we have here? Look closely now. I will highlight some legs. Yep, Margarida found this one, but it's a female, so we'll leave it alone. Got to try and help the next generation. You can just make out the main claw, almost center screen. We're in luck again, since this crab only has one claw too. It makes it easier grabbing them. Oh no, there's another hole in my wetsuit. Soon it will be wearing me for protection. I kill them now because I think it's cruel throwing them in boiling water. Another way is to put them in the freezer for 20 minutes or so, or spitting some rum over their gills. Crab, by far the best.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's the best. Way better than langosta. Lobster.
Langosta or lobster.
And although I like smoked fish, but check out the claws on that. Bloody awesome. One bit of advice. Never eat crab, or mud crab, or this type of crab, on a first date. Because you have to show you're a pig and eat with your hands.
But the other way of seeing it is you really eat really well.
You eat really well on the first date.
Well, it's crab. Crab is the best.
Yeah, that's true, but
It's expensive. Don't follow advices from him.
I know everything about females.
Yep.
If you follow my advice about females,
you're gonna end up alone.
you probably end up dying alone.
Pretty much.
Oh well.
Because everyone knows such a gentleman Peter is.
That's right. Gentleman. See? They even dressed for the occasion.
Peter!
You can block that out. It's hot, people! I was just about to go for a swim.
Yeah, you just fit close to eat. This one. Oh,
Happy honeymoon.
this is the best.
Happy honeymoon, beautiful. See, she ignores anything I say because there's crab in front of her.
Yeah.
Some armed bandits could come on board and hold a gun to my head and request ransom, and Margarida be going, gotta be good with tongue work, people. Crack it and then let your tongue do all the talking. Oh, by the way, I'm talking about the crab.
This is how I have to deal every single day.
It's a tough life. She's gotta eat crab and put up with my jokes. She likes the crab, but she doesn't like the jokes.
Yeah. The jokes are a bit difficult.
Am I getting you? How good is that? But when I was on Long Reef, and I don't know if people, there might be some very, very crazy people with rocks in their head that...
You're giving me a bath.
Yeah. I'll lick it off. So, when I was on Long Reef, and I was by myself for a month
What
or
he's
so...
trying to say is he never caught a crab while I was on board.
Yeah. Actually, with anyone, or mud crabs. And then I was by myself for a month. I threw in 2 traps and I came back with 7 huge males. And if you remember, I just let them, well, I didn't let them, they kept on climbing out of the dive tubs and just walking around the boat. And one of them, Murray the mud crab, particularly grew on me, and so much so, and quite frankly, after eating 6 mud crabs by myself,
You released
I had
him.
enough. Yeah, I let him go.
Really?
We had a bond.
Why do they have this one here?
To grab things with.